Okay, so this is something I've been wanting to do for a few years now. The last time I did this was 3 years ago when I took a homeless person out to eat. Since then, I finally found time, or I made time now. Tonight I met a guy named Dante on the street. He's been around for 4 to 5 days. San Diego. He came from Oceanside, had a seizure. Ambulance took him down here for medical care, and he hasn't had a place to stay, so he's just been sleeping around. And I took him out to Burger Lounge, and in doing that, I was able to have a really good conversation with him, and I gained a lot from it. Unfortunately, my camera only had 2 to 3% in battery, so I only have 50 seconds of footage, but hopefully it embodies some type of in-depth content. Yeah. Something I really wish I captured was when he was trying to relay his perspective in life. He said that I live my life like a film. When something goes wrong, I just rewind it. And at the time, the thought was just so funny to me because my initial reaction was, you can't rewind in life. It's physically impossible. And his response was, of course you can. You know, if you go like this, to go backwards, you just go like that. Or if you're walking forwards in life, to rewind, you would just walk backwards. And that made me smile because the thought of that was just so innocent. It's like something a 10-year-old would say, somebody who has no preconception about how life is, you know, no structure to their thought, somebody with a lot of innocence. And that the novelty of the idea just stuck with me. And I came home and I told my brother about it and how I viewed it, and my brother's response was, Michelle, of course you can move backwards in life, you can rewind. It's called redemption. And that blew me away because I didn't even consider the fact that you could rewind. All I thought about was the novelty of the idea, like how innocent and nice it was. And I noted to my brother that he was very perceptive, because I didn't even think about that. And he just says, yeah, well, of course, this is something that I've thought about for a very long time. I always thought, like, if it's possible to correct myself, like if I do something wrong, can I go back and change it? And I guess his conclusion was yes, he could, because it's called redemption. And it's just so interesting to have people's different perspectives on one topic, you know, like and that's the nice thing about talking to others, that you get a different side, you know, you get to see life through different eyes, and it helps you grow and to become more open-minded. So the next 50 seconds, the content is not as in-depth, but for some people who watch it, I'm sure it won't mean anything to them, because that's just how things are. You know, when you look at movies or look at books, some things just don't resonate with you. Personally, for me, it did. I resonated with it. But yeah, so I hope you guys.
All they do is party. They party, they enjoy it. Like, smile, and like everything is like so great for them. And I'm always the one who has like a hoodie on and I'm in the back, just like not that happy.
You're not extroverted?
I'm not like I'm extremely happy and outgoing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm nowhere near their level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I guess they are better at partying, and they just find everything wonderful in life.
You don't find everything wonderful in life?
I have boring moments. You know, like a lot of boredom.
Okay, so when I showed that footage to my brother, he didn't really take away anything from it. For him, it was just like, oh, I guess it didn't mean anything to him. But personally for me, it resonated with me because you see Dante as this person who's really outgoing, extroverted, definitely has a way with speaking. Even his voice is very soothing, and he's an amiable character. But when he's put with his family, who he perceives as way more outgoing than him, he feels small, you know, like he pretty much just fades into the background, and that's this humbling factor he has about him. And I connected with that because I also feel small sometimes in an environment where there's a lot of people that are really outgoing and extroverted, because a lot of times people look at me and they think that I go out a lot, or I must socialize a lot, but in reality I don't. I'm really introverted, and I close up when I'm in environments where it's a party environment or where there's a lot of people. I just don't know how to communicate. And yeah, so when he said that, I was like, it just took me back, just because I was taken aback because I had assumed that because he was so good at talking and so outgoing and so funny and like so likable that he wouldn't have these problems. But you just think that no matter how great or how confident or how successful anybody is, they will always have some type of weakness, some type of insecurity, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of nice because it makes us more human, more relatable, and it gives us something to work on. We're not all perfect, and we're constantly growing, and that's the beauty of life